Hey everybody! No, that's stupid. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the arena. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. So, we're playing God of the Forge, conceptualized from... Because I was reading the book, right? And I do... If you're new to the channel, then you know that then you probably don't know that I actually read the books. It's kind of like an Audible thing, you know, audio book or whatever, and that you can listen to, and I do voices of them and I'm reading them, and I think, oh well, Performance is pretty cool, he's the God of the Forge. And so it got me thinking, well, why don't there's a card, there's an enchantment creature, and why don't we use it? So there, I looked into Performance Bronze Blooded and thought up of a sort of deck that we can mash together. It's kind of janky, but when you pull it off, it's really fun because, well, first of all, it has dragons, and if you're a long time subscriber or follower to my channel, then you know that I am a huge fan of dragons. I mean, who doesn't like dragons? They're awesome. They breathe fire, they fly, they're huge dinosaur-ish lizard creatures, and you know, some are mystical, some are intelligent, some are really powerful, and yeah. So I'm just glad that I was able to incorporate dragons into this deck. So moving forward into this guide, it is janky, so it kind of needs a little bit of explanation. So we have 26 land because of the very big cards that we have in here. So we have Marauding Raptor. So what that does is the creature spells that you cast cost 1 less to cast. Now, mind you, that also includes Perforos, strangely, because it is although it does say that as long as you have devotion to red is less than 5, Perforos isn't a creature, but as a spell card, it has the creature tag on it, so it is an enchantment creature, legendary, and so it's affected by Marauding Raptor. The nice thing about it is it doesn't take damage when you put it down on the board, I think. Not really, well, I could be wrong. It could have been like a situational thing for me. Anyway, but it does affect Perforos to some degree. So I think it does. I don't know. You have to correct me on that. Just put it down in the comments if I'm wrong. Then we have Torbrand. Now Torbrand is there so that we can do like sort of additional, a little bit of damage in case we're a little bit kind of weak in the damage department. We are playing mono red, so we're pretty strong with the damage department. Now Tectonic Giant is one of the probably most undervalued cards among the red cards, because first of all, well, it is a 4/4, so it's kind of hard to put down, and you normally don't really want to put down a 4/4 as, you know, as a mono red player. But since you have Marauding Raptor to aid you, and we do have 26 lands, we do have Fires of Invention to aid us with the mana curve and stuff, you know, so that we can put more things down on the board. But Tectonic Giant is wonderful because if it becomes a target, most likely it won't be, because your opponent's going to read that and they don't really want to proc that ability. But if they have to remove it, they probably will. But if the ability procs, which can be procced either by becoming a target of a spell or by merely attacking, the ability procs or is triggered, sorry, RPG lingo, I'm still trying to get used to it. Tectonic Giant will deal 3 damage to each opponent, so that means 3 damage to face automatically, not to any creatures, or you can choose to exile the top 2 cards of your library. So it basically functions as either a 3 damage to face or light up the stage, because you get to, well, not exactly light up the stage, because you only really get to choose 1. It exiles 2, and then you choose from the 2 only 1 card that you can play until your next turn. So yes, Tectonic Giant is kind of a wonderful blessing that came with Theros, especially for mono red card players who are looking into an alternative way to play. So Anax is there because, well, you know why. Anax is just sort of an annoyance to have on the board because it creates creatures, especially when you're sort of set up. So having Anax hardened in the Forge on the board is kind of a bane for your opponent if they have like board wipes and stuff, because then they destroyed your creatures, but then you're still left with like a couple of these 1/1 satyrs on the board. So we also have our star of this whole deck, which is Perforos Bronze Blooded. So what Perforos actually does is, aside from being a creature once you hit 5 devotion, for those of you who don't know, devotion just means if you look at the upper right of a card, of any single card, it has that sort of fire, that the mana cost requirement. But so if it has 2 of those little fire emblem thingies, those 2 red mana, that means that's in relation to devotion, it means 2 devotion. So Perforos Bronze Blooded has 1, so it's 1 devotion. Torbran Thane of Redfell has 3, so that's 3 devotion, and that all sort of just stacks up. So if you have like Tectonic Giant on the board, you have Perforos Bronze Blooded on the board, then that's 3 devotion. Now, what makes Perforos so amazing is that aside from being a creature, aside from having the indestructible mechanic on it, other creatures you control rather have haste, and this is super mind-blowing, because it's other enchantments or whatever creatures maybe that grant creatures haste, they can easily be dealt with, but Perforos is indestructible. This enchantment is indestructible, so you can't really easily get rid of it unless you bounce it, and that's still like a sort of topic of debate. Should I bounce this card and delay him? He's just gonna put it down, and etc. etc. So yeah, but then if you have him on the board, he has an activate ability of 3 mana cost, which allows you to put a red card or an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. And because it's a creature, it will also have haste. The downside to this, and this is regardless of its mana cost. So if you have like Terror of Mount Velis in your hand, and you have Perforos on the board, and you use the ability, you can put down Terror of Mount Velis. It'll have haste, and then having Terror of let's just call it the dragon card, and having this dragon card on the board grants other creatures you control double strike. Because it has haste from Perforos. Just imagine the magnitude of things that it can do. Plus, if you have Ilarg, Perforos on the board, then, and let's say you have Drakuseth and Terror of Mount Velis in your hand, you can choose between one of them for Ilarg to, because Ilarg summons a creature from your hand and puts it onto the board, but after the turn, Ilarg sends back that creature into your hand. Did I say that the downside of this ability that Perforos grants us is that you have to sacrifice the creature, but that's okay, because if you have something like Terror of Mount Velis, this dragon which does double damage, you've made your turn. Like you've already gained a huge advantage just by being able to do this, because it's got double strike. And if you have, like, let's say Torbrand there, or if let's say you have other creatures on the board, then it's GG at that point. So we have Fires of Invention to, as I said earlier, to help us sort of put down these cards without worrying about the cost. But Fires of Invention doesn't always come out. So that's why we have things like Perforos to aid us into sort of a discount of being able to cast these large creatures. Then you've got Ilarg, which is a very difficult creature to deal with because Ilarg doesn't really die. You can't kill Ilarg because, well, you can, but he'll just come back into your deck. And if you exile Ilarg, he'll just come back to your deck. So Ilarg is a very powerful thing to have. It's just you need, if you have one, I think one is just enough for you to have. Then you've got Cavalier Flame. Now Cavalier Flame is one of probably the most proven cards for M20 because, you know, haste, why not? And in combination with Fires of Invention, well, there's just so many things you can do. I do not need to further elaborate this deck because on its own it is pretty amazing. It is janky, it is hard to pull off, and I only recommend you to play this deck because there's quite a lot of rare and mythic cards in here. But I only recommend you playing this deck if you're there to have fun, or if you're maybe a mono red fan, or if you're just, you know, you're just there to impress your friends with this sort of deck, you know, just challenge your friends. Hey, look, I have this new really cool deck concept. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is a really long intro, but it's just, you know how I get when I'm super excited about like a deck concept. I just babble on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Probably not really that good, but sure, we'll take it. We'll keep it. Okay. There's not much we can do. Well, we have Bone Crusher, so if you put something down. Wait, why is the audio kind of like dead? What happened to my audio? I do not hear anything coming out from my Magic the Gathering. Alright, so it's my turn. Yikes. Right. Let me see. Well, he's probably got Thought Erasure. That's Thought Erasure, right? Sorry, I'm just checking the recording. I'm not really streaming. I'm checking the recording. We'll throw out the Stompy Stomps. Stomp! And then we'll put down the Bone Crusher Giant. See how that works out. I have been told that I do need to lower the volume on like the general audio thing. Just lower the master volume just a little bit more, probably.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Teferi. Okay, well that's the music that's going on and the effects, plus the voices of, we'll probably half it, not really sure. Ambience. Uh-oh, now we hear nothing. Okay, we'll put that down. We have the Fires of Invention. He did send back the Bone Crusher Giant. Do we want the Tectonic thing? I think he's expecting me. Alright, we'll put that down. I think he is expecting me to I don't know how quiet the audio is going to be now, because but if Karn, ha 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 ha. Right, artifacts. Sorceress whatevers. What does he need that for? Huh. Well, we can put down Ilarg. and then throw down a cab of flame. Right? I think it's GG at this point. I no, I don't, because when we have to tap this. Boom. Oh my god. And then if I go straight in, I get a creature on the board, right? Yeah, we get to do damage to his face, and yes, that was a one-turn kill, I believe, right? If I could trash talk my opponent, no originality. We've seen that before. Okay, maybe not this. Okay, probably this. Boy, probably, yeah. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Mono red. Okay, no. It's probably thinking, uh-oh, mono red. How are you going to destroy this? He's probably got shock. If he has lava coil, wow. Okay, we're gonna be Steamkin. Yep, I don't think he wants to attack. So yeah, we'll send in the Tectonic Giant. Ashkraboom. And yeah, we'll have this attack. That's 2. I'm a little worried here, because yep. I'm a little worried here. How are them both going? Until the end of my next turn, right? So exile, exile. Okay, that's Bone Crusher Giant. We'll take that. Can I play this now? Oh wow, I can. Because I put down the Fires of Invention. Right, okay. So which one we want? Okay. I'm gonna take out your Steamkin. So he gets hyper. I just like to call it that. Hyper exiled. Yeah, he's gonna have to find a way to get rid of my Tectonic Giant though. Sure, he can do damage. He's going to do a total of 5, I think, or 4. 4. Ow, ow. Yep, that kind of hurt. I mean, sure. Oh, wow. It's land. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. He wants some protection. Be careful there, buddy. You're almost out of whatever it is that you... interesting. Perforos. And the Bone Crusher Giant. All right, if we had attacked, yeah, that was 2. So yeah. What is it? Ooh, Drakuseth. That's not bad. Not bad. Perforos does what exactly? From your hand on the brow. Is this considered in my hand? Because it's exiled, but I mean... This is 4 to cast. I mean, okay. That's going to die. What else he's got? I mean, he could bump it. He can bump it up. That's definitely something. He can bump it up. Doink. That's a land. Yep. I mean, if he wants to take away Ilarg, then sure. If he's got Lava Coil. Right. Okay. So I have the Marauding Raptor. Can put that down. I also have Perforos. Can put that down. My creatures have haste. Alright, let's see how this interacts. I don't think, yeah, it doesn't work on Drakaseth, so I just drew it for nothing. Ooh, double block. Okay. Then Ilar comes back. Sure, we'll take action. Well, he's a bit of in a situation here, so whatever that is, that's his last card. So yeah, he'll shock. Doink. And sure, maybe he'll boop it up. Boink. That's also his last card. Ooh, this is a Marauding Raptor. What is this? As long as your devotion to red is less than 5. So we only have 4, but I can send the Raptor in. Raptor! And keep doing like some cheap damage. Probably pulled the land. Wow, okay. Well, that's a Knight of the Ebon Legion. If I put it on the Castle Embereth. Well, thank God he doesn't have anything to boop that up. Yeah, I should probably destroy it now. While I can. Because it's gonna get progressively more difficult to have an answer for that. Right, okay. Well, we do get 3 on our next turn. We can put down Bonecrusher Giant. He's probably not gonna attack with Timoret because Timoret, but we also have what can we put down with turn 4? Ah, Yarok. Well, Bonecrusher Giant probably. I know what I'm doing. Cauldron Familiar. Okay. I don't think he wants to attack because he knows that I'm just going to block it. He may still attack though. So I'm gonna put Torbrand down. And I can't attack because then that leaves me open. And he's down to 1 card. That's probably the Murderous Rider. Murderous Rider. He'll probably take it out on the, yep, Torbrand, sure. Yeah, he doesn't want to attack. We do have 5 now. We can throw that down for Ilarg. So we're further protected. Sadly, we don't have Perforos. Sure, he's gonna put. Oh wow, that's Erebos. 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 I don't think I have a name for a voice for Erebos, which is weird, don't you think? I don't have a voice for Erebos. So yeah, I'll throw down the Tectonic Giant. When I make Ilarg attack, that means that I need 2 blockers. But when I make Ilarg attack, that means that I can throw out. Whenever Dracoseth Maw of Flames attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to whenever Dracoseth Maw of Flames attacks. Well, how about the creatures you control gain double strike? Well, it's not considered enter the battlefield. I forget. Well, we'll find out, right? We'll find out. I could have put down Dracoseth. I think, yeah, it would be in his best interest to block Ilarg. Well, it has double attack, double strike. So if he blocks, Ilarg may still survive. Buddy, that is trample. That is double attack and trample. Nope, not yet dead. Ooh, he decides to sacrifice for a draw. He gets 2? Or, well, I don't know. He probably gets 1. Ah, kitty cat's coming down. And he sacrifices more. I think he's trying to draw out. Why does he get 2? How is black to draw a card? I think he's trying to fish out. Okay, sure. I can still chump block. Yes. Yes.